Hey guys, John from K-Tuned. Today we're going to be installing a lower swivel neck housing. What this allows you to do is take the stock lower housing that's usually clocked this way. As you can see, this one's been broken off. It's very common because they are plastic. When during shipping or at the auto wreckers or whatever, they do tend to snap them off, or they get a hairline crack in them which you can't see, and you only find out that they're leaking once you get the car running. What our lower swivel neck allows you to do is, when you install it, it allows you, before you lock it in place, to put it wherever you want. So depending whether you're running a passenger side rad kit, a custom rad kit, driver side rad kit, you can literally take this and clock it wherever you want. So we're going to go through the step-by-step install. It's very basic, but just to show you how easy it is to do. Okay, first step, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead, 3 10mm bolts, you're going to want to pull those out. That'll allow you to pull the housing right off. Thermostat is built into it. Take it, throw it in the garbage. You're not going to be using it again, and you won't need the hardware also. Now we've gotten the stock thermostat off there. We're ready to put the K-Tuned one in. You'll see that the thermostat is built into the back. It's got a circlip, holds it in place. There's an outer O-ring in there. As you put pressure on the plate, it locks it into place. So you can basically spin it around. This contacts the outer surface. It will not leak. So you go ahead and you basically bolt it up like that there. You pick your location and you spin it around, figure out where you want it, so it helps with the outlet of the coolant coming from the water pump to wherever you're running your rad. Now this is if you're running a passenger side, driver side, custom rad setup. Another thing that we offer is a fitting that goes in here that you can convert to AN fitting. So if you want to run like a -16 line, basically this fitting just comes out like that. Grab a -16 fitting, thread it in like that, and now you can run a -16 fitting. Another thing that the K-Tuned thermostat housing allows you to do is to eliminate the factory housing on the back side that goes onto the factory water pump. By deleting this here, you're going to need to remove these 2 lines, push them to the side. This will bolt up directly to the housing. We have a couple different ways to mount it. K20, K24 is a little different. And basically you're going to want to keep the rubber hose that goes to the upper part of the motor. Very important that you run that. You can delete the steel tube that goes to the heater box if you're not running heater box. But this just kind of cleans up the unit a little more. Say what?
Okay, go for it.
Okay, we've gone ahead, we've installed the swivel neck. It's got the 3 bolts in it. They're just hand tight. The reason why I put them in hand tight is you want to pick your location, figure out where you want to put this. Once you find your location, you want to go ahead and you want to tighten all 3 of the Allen bolts. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about the 3 ports that are on the top of the swivel neck. You got your fan switch port, we got a 3/8 MPT, which we also use for a fitting if you want to relocate the thermostat housing to the water pump. That hooks up back there. There's also an auxiliary port, also 1/8 MPT for temperature gauge. If you're running K-Pro, you usually don't need to use a fan switch, but if you're running stock ECU, you're going to want to run a fan switch. That's where you're going to want to run it. Basically, you can plug that off. Do not put your temperature gauge there for your coolant temp on your dash. That's not a good location for it. So you can just use that for an auxiliary. Okay, another very important note is if any fittings that you're using have an O-ring seal, you generally don't have to put any type of sealer on them. If you're using a steel fitting, you're going to want to use basically a pipe sealer. You can use a paste, you can use a tape to assure 100% seal. Another little tip also is when you're putting a aluminum fitting into something that's aluminum, you always want to put some sort of sealer or lubricant on it, because if not, the aluminum on aluminum will ball up. When you go to install it and take it back off, reinstall it, you will strip the threads. Okay, you can see we've got everything installed here. We've just kind of temporarily just kind of put our plugs in there. This fitting here is a little large, so you might not have an actual wrench to put it on. What you can do is get it on as tight as you can with a glove. It will bottom out nice and tight. And then at that point, when you put your hose on, it will keep it from loosening up because it is an AN fitting with an O-ring seal. That's pretty much it. That's our lower swivel neck housing. I'm John from K-Tuned. Thanks for watching.